Hi folks, my name is Justin. Unfortunately, Vash can't make it here today. He's stuck in a giant building on 36th and 12th. Find him if you can. So today we have...
Lauren.
Beautiful. Let's get this started. So today we're going to talk about the movie Blade Runner 2049, which I think could be one of the longest distances between movie and sequel ever.
I thought you were going to say the longest movie ever, because it is kind of long.
The movie stars Ryan Gosling and Harrison Ford and some other people. There are replicants that are robots, and then there are people. And the people decided the replicants got too cool, basically, so they started getting rid of them. And sometimes they have to hunt them down. That's what Blade Runners do. Right?
Yeah.
That's about good,
That's
right?
pretty good,
That
yeah.
kind of explains it.
Yeah.
The movie is directed by, what's his name?
Denis.
Denis Villeneuve. I knew Villeneuve, I think. I think that's right.
That's all right. I only know to say Denis.
Okay, there you go. Between the two of us, we've got it. Who also did The Arrival?
Is it The Arrival or just Arrival?
I
thought it was just Arrival.
Well then, that movie with Amy Adams. So, did you enjoy the movie?
I did, actually.
Okay, well, you say actually. Let's start with the obvious. Did you enjoy the first Blade Runner?
I appreciate the first Blade Runner. I had to see it because I host a Harrison Ford podcast.
Okay, well, yeah, that would make sense.
Just not my favorite, and probably not going to watch it ad nauseum.
I really, really, really wanted to like this movie.
Oh, no.
I've seen the old one and don't like it, but I thought, meh, it's out of context of the time, so maybe I just don't get it. I see this one in context of the time and still don't like it. To me, the movie is basically an hour and a half too long.
Yes.
They even walk slow. Like Ryan Gosling has to walk to something at one point, and that is like a 9-minute scene.
I'm going to pop my
He's
collar.
just casually walking, and don't get me wrong,
collar.
that's a badass coat. Like, that's a cool looking coat.
awesome
I
coat.
kind of want that. This is not an action film. Disclaimer, this is not an action movie.
No.
This isn't even like, I don't know what I wanted. I guess building a cool world isn't impressive anymore because we've had movies that
is
build
very
a cool
true.
world for literally decades, and now Marvel does it every single time like it's a nothing. Ana de Armas plays Joy, who is like a companion digital person. And she's
Yes.
one of my favorite parts of this film, aside from being
lovely.
ridiculously gorgeous.
She is.
It reminded me a lot, I don't know if you've seen the film Cherry 2000.
No.
I watched it a lot as a kid.
It's almost like a replicant because he can touch it. It's a robot sex person that is like a fake wife.
You watched that as a kid?
Yeah. I appreciate that Denis takes his time.
I think Arrival, or The Arrival, we don't know the answer yet, is a movie that certainly takes his time, and I think could have
it
a
does.
little bit of length in there that didn't always need to be there, but I liked the movie all over.
not
I
gonna see it
really
again.
enjoyed it. I actually have seen it more than once since it came out and still think it's fantastic. This movie, I think, went way too far in that direction, and someone needs to rein Denis in. It was interesting to me how often you see nipples, but it's never during a sexual time.
That's true. I hadn't thought
There
about
are
that.
statues, and there are people, and there are replicants, and there's stuff, but in a scene that might involve sex, no nudity. There is a sex scene that is super cool, like digitally. The one where Ana de Armas
See, I don't think
finds a buddy.
That's foreplay. I don't consider that. Not that I'm saying like I want a sex scene. I'm just saying that surprised me.
Well, you know, I am single.
So the first Blade Runner movie, the big argument is whether or not Harrison Ford is a human or a replicant. And depending on whether or not you talk to like Harrison Ford or the director of the movie, you'll have two different answers. When this movie was over, I had my obvious answer that I knew what he was. And then Lauren had the opposite answer. So I guess in that respect, they did a good job, or one of us does not pay attention to the movie. So should we review the movie?
I think we should.
Beautiful. Honestly, 2. I think you can watch it for the visual display of it, and it's cool that way, but like, nah.
I really enjoyed it, and I think it's the kind of movie that you need to see on the big screen.
Like a 5?
Yeah.
Okay, there you go.
Well, what's the one below that?
Matinee.
Okay. Like maybe between a matinee and see in the theaters.
Okay, there you go. Thanks everybody for watching the show. Feel free to subscribe to the page. It was on last week, and then the last time Lauren was on. I'll find that for you as well. Thank you, Lauren, for coming out. We appreciate it.
Oh, it was great.
She also has a podcast, which is named...
The Fordcast, a Harrison Ford podcast on iTunes and everywhere you listen to podcasts.
Beautiful. So go check that out. There's your pimp time for the day, and then we will see you guys next week. Bye.